Yes, Dina, we are live on Facebook, on YouTube.
Yay!
Thank. I'm very happy to see you in our session. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation, despite your busy time. I mean, thank you very much, Dina. So let's wait a few minutes. Just our viewers can receive notification and join us.
Sure.
How are you doing, Dina?
Doing great. Thank you. Thanks for the invitation and thanks for having me. I really would love to, I don't know, like share my experience and like a story about our projects. So I'm really excited. Yay!
Me as well. Thank you very much. So yes, our viewers join us. Good evening, dear friends. Bishkek American Center is welcoming you. We continue doing USG Alumni Talks. It's a series of virtual programs. And I'm super excited to introduce our guest speaker today, Dinara Ruslan. She is founder and managing director at CodifyLab and summer work and travel alumna. Today, she will be talking mostly about Hidoctor project. It's very cool project, I think, and if you have any questions, you can ask them during our live presentation, and Dinara will answer them after the presentation. So please type your questions in the comment section. So I think, Dina, we can start. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Let's get going.
Great.
Oh, so I should present myself. Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Dina. I am founder and a managing director at CodifyLab. And also I am a co-founder and a project manager at Hidoctor.kg project. So about my projects, I started, actually about me first. I started working in IT in 2010, actually 2009, with a project called ISIC. It's like a student organization when I actually started working as like a project manager. In 2010, I actually visited USA as an intern as part of like work and travel program. And after I came back from States, I decided that, okay, I want to grow as a project manager. And starting after graduation in 2010, I worked a little bit at the private sector in Kyrgyz Republic. Then for 1 year, I worked at AFIS. It's our American and Air Force Exchange Service. It's basically partially Pentagon-owned company. I worked in 1 year as a contractor at Afghanistan, at American Air Force Base. And then after that, 2012, I went to do my master's at Management of Information System at the small private university, it's called Lincoln University in California. After that, actually during that study, I started working as a business and system analyst, and later as a project manager. Then I moved to Wells Fargo as a project manager, worked there a few years. In 2016, I came back to Kyrgyzstan for a vacation, and then I got an offer from Zensoft as a project manager, and then basically I just got stuck here. I worked at Zensoft for over 3 years, if I'm not mistaken, 3.5 years as a project manager, then as a director of project development. Then 2019, I basically like started and then launched this company called CodifyLab. It's the IT company. We have 2 directions, actually 3 directions. It's a Codify Academy. It's Academy of IT Professions. We teach development, project management, product management, testing, design. So basically in a few months, you can go in there and then obtain a new career, a new job. We do help with internships and then so on. And this is really great opportunity for local youngsters and for local people to get a really like a great international level IT training and then get a really good job in IT like in industry. The second sphere is Codify Consulting. We do consulting for like local companies, starting with the high technology park, like a local product and service companies. One of our clients is a GrowWave. It's really great, amazing international company who does like a product for international market. We do consulting for Number Group. We do consulting for like several local companies and international companies. And the third and the final one is the Codify Solutions. As part of Codify Solution, we wanted to create basically a division which will help local entrepreneurs to come up with their own products, because like Kyrgyzstan market, it's mainly for like a service oriented, and then we want to work on creating product oriented companies in like a Kyrgyz market. And as part of this Codify solution, I met this like amazing doctor who wanted to automate this like a private and then a public healthcare in the industry in the Kyrgyz Republic, because currently, if you are visiting like a hospital or even a private clinic, everything is paper based. You're gonna get your anamnes like on a paper. It's like this post-Soviet Union yellow papers, and then you have to carry that everywhere with you. If you lose it, then you have to go back to a doctor and then start from all over again, especially if you're visiting like several hospitals and several clinics. And the idea was to basically create this one tool where as a patient, I can go in and find a doctor in a clinic I'm interested in, basically get an appointment there automatically right from my computer or from my cell phone, and then go and then get a notification about my appointment. The clinic/doctor will receive that notification that, hey, Dinara Ruslan, actually like I create an appointment with you like next Wednesday, 2 p.m. And then I will come in, and then by that time I will already have my online kind of a information that I'm like a Dinara Ruslan. I have this whatever like a thing with, for example, I have to go through this like a checkup for my like heart, and then I have to see this doctor, and then doctor gonna send me for like a checkup, and then all my information about my anamnes will be added there. And then if I go to a different doctor, I can just like take that information and then just open up to a different doctor, so I don't have to carry all of this paper stuff. And later on, we wanted to also automate the work, not on the front office for the clinic, but also the back office, which includes the day-to-day activities for a doctor, for assistant of the doctor, for the owner of the clinic, for the managers of the like a huge hospital. And for example, as an owner of the like a private clinic, I can see like how many appointments I have for today, for a week, for months, how many declined appointments, how many appointments each doctor, for example, this heart surgeon actually did conduct today, and then how much each patient paid for it. And then I can even see like a cash flow, income, expenses, day-to-day operations for like a front office, back office, for a doctor, for assistant, and then so on. And then later on, we want to introduce this solution to public hospitals too. Like for example, a huge hospital has like several divisions, and then whatever, like several doctors, just like for the moms and for the babies, for like a heart and for your eye, and then the neurosurgeons, and then so on and so on. Idea is that just from one system, you can see like how many doctors you have in for today, how many doctors on a vacation, how many doctors will be available for tomorrow, for a week, for a month, how many patients actually visited your hospital this month, planning to visit next month, and basically see analytics and reporting for entire like a clinic, and then so on. It's like a first solution in our country, which is trying to, because we're still trying to automate like from starting from like a small private clinics and then move on slowly to the like a public sector. So let's see how it goes. any question we have from you or from like viewers?
Thank you very much, Gina, for sharing actually your stories and for telling
You're
about
welcome.
this amazing project. Is it possible to show this project, how it works? I mean, this website.
Sure. One sec. Let me share my screen. Here is our website. It's called Hidoctor.kg. You can just Google it and you will see this like a website. And here you can basically find any doctor you want. Like, for example, I don't know if it's going to show someone. You will just type in here and any doctor you're looking for, and then it will show you the doctor, and then click like find. You can get online consulting. You can get like a test on a COVID, for example, and then you can invite a doctor to your house. Then you can find here like a different like services. You can sign up. Here you can find like needed information. Here you can find like popular doctors who were visited lately, starting with I don't know, with the like a neurosurgeon, like finishing up with a psychiatrist, and then so on. Here, like a lot of like helpful information, articles, and then so on. And we can go do like a test for a COVID-19. You can say your name, for example, Dina, my phone number, where I'm at, for example, at Bishkek. Then I can go and check, like I'm 29, I'm a female, I don't have any complaints. No, I don't have a cough. I don't have any problems with, I don't have fever. No, I didn't visit any other countries. No, I didn't meet anyone. Do I have any? No, I don't have any complaints. And here I have this result that I'm feeling all good, that I don't have to really go to a hospital. And here I have an article where I just have to follow like a regular rules of how to care about myself and my family, and everything's gonna be fine. Then I'm going back to the main screen, and then I say, okay, I'm at home, and for example, I want to leave my house. It's like either during the night, or I am like high risk like patient, so I don't want to take a risk of leaving my house. So I say, I don't want to, leave my house. I want to get online consulting. I will go in here, and then I see the list of doctors who provide online consulting. And I say, okay, I want to get a consulting from a surgeon. And then I say, sign up to it. And then I see, okay, the surgeon speaks Russian, English, Kyrgyz, Turkish languages. He has 6 years of experience. He does this like services. We don't have any feedback about him. And here I can actually sign up. I see that I can sign up for Wednesday. And then here's a time slide. I say online. And then here I can sign up for 1 sec. Here I see slots for date and then time slots. And then I just say, okay, I want it this time. I don't want to sign up because like a doctor will receive actual notification. So I'm not going to do it right now. And then we're going back here. Here we have like contact details if you want to sign up as a partner here, and different, we don't have any discounts right now. And here I can see like all clinics, for example. Here are the all clinics. You can see like which clinics located where, how many locations they have. Is it like a government hospital, or for example, this one. This is a private. They work schedule is from 7:30 a.m. till 5. On Sunday they close. This is the like services they provide, phone numbers, email that you can call in. So what else we have? Address. Oops, we have here a feedback which says that they couldn't figure out how to sign up here. Oh, that's a not good feedback. Here you can see the list of doctors who are like here, all of them, if they accept online or offline, and then so on. I think that's pretty much it. And also right now we are working on a solution for private clinics that will help them automatically create an appointment, and it will automate their front office. Basically, they will use our system, and if someone will sign up from this website, they will see right away on their calendar, and then the doctor will see it on their calendar, and it will basically automate entire front office of the private clinic. So I think that's basically it. And here you can switch the language to Kyrgyz.
Wow, it's cool. Thank you very much, Tina. I think it's very convenient for patients, not only for patients, but also for doctors as well.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
so when did you start this project and how long did it take to create this website?
So we started thinking about this project, I think somewhere December 2019 slash January like 2020. We were doing the research. I talked to like several doctors, private clinics, public clinics, and hospitals. I just wanted to understand what type of systems they're already using, if they're using any, and if we will come up with a system, if they will use it or not, because I know about like several projects which were done by like several companies, and even they were sponsored by several NGOs, but those projects weren't successful because they actually didn't do the user feedback collection and user stories, and they didn't research the processes which are currently used in it by doctors, by clinics, and basically the system wasn't useful at all. And I wanted to make sure that we actually study current processes and propose the upgrades and automated tools, which will be useful for doctors, not create additional like a headache, but actually can be an assistant and then can be useful slash helpful for doctors. So we spent about like 2.5 months just like talking with doctors, with nurses, and then with the clinics and hospitals and the private and like a public sector. At the end, we realized that we need to come up with the system because like a market and then like industry is needed. Then we spent about a month, I think, to actually writing this documentation with the stories. Then since then, we spent about 2.5 months developing the Inform portal, this Hidoctor.kg for patients. And then we spent about 3 months developing this front office tool for clinics. We actually had a demo last week with the 4 clinics. Unfortunately, I cannot tell the name of the clinics without they like sign off. And like clinics really like them. And the next week, we are planning to start integrating it with these 4 clinics. And if everything goes well, alpha beta testing goes well, then they're gonna start using it. So I think in a few weeks, you can actually go in to like a portal and then to the clinics and then start using it. And in a few months, I think in a month or two, you can actually create your own like account inside of hidoctor.kg, where you can store all your information, but instead of carrying the small piece of paper everywhere. And then you can just ask your like current doctor slash clinic to start using the system. So you as a patient can have your history of all entire your history in one place, because like right now I have like several these papers from UFA, from Neomed, from Medi, from like several public like hospitals, which I have to actually store at my place, because each time when I go visit there, they start asking, so what complaints you have, what's your history? And I'm like, oh, well, I don't remember. And I have to carry all these papers. So yeah, like just stay tuned. In a month or so, you will have this system where you can just like give an access to a doctor. And most important part, when you don't like the service provided by a clinic or by a doctor, you can actually turn off the access of the doctor, and that person cannot access anymore the information about your health and then about you.
Mm.
And by the way, if I'm talking too much, feel free to stop me anywhere and ask questions and clarifications.
No, it's okay. Thank you very much, Dina. I mean, it's very important to have very detailed information, and also it's a wonderful news that soon we will have like updates from this High Doctor project. Thank you very much, Dina. So the
You're
next
welcome.
question for you: Are you
Mhm.
planning to do joint project with the health ministry?
We were thinking about it, but it's still in a stage of thinking because I know that like government has its own plans and they have own projects, and we don't really want to interrupt it. And we are mainly concentrated in the private sector for now. But if government will be interested, we are open to discuss like a partnership opportunities and then so on. But we don't want to come in there and then try to like a push our vision to, like towards like a government sector, because I think it should come from them as an
Mm,
if they interested, because at the end of the day it's like a government.
okay. Thank you very much, Dina. So the next
You're
question
welcome.
for you.
Mhm.
What was the feedback from the people on the COVID-19 self-diagnosing?
The feedback was amazing because we were all like locked down under this quarantine. No one could leave, and then especially it was like springtime, and then the people get like a fever, or like a people get cold, and then a little cough, and then they start worrying, and then calling all the like doctors and the hospitals, or trying to leave their house. So because even me, like working with this platform, I don't really know how to differentiate like a flu and then from like a symptoms of a COVID-19. So even myself like went through this test, and it was a really huge help for doctors who were like stuck in a hospital, and then for like a call centers who were receiving thousands of phone calls from worried people. And it was kind of obviously we cannot like guarantee 100% like result, because at the end of the day it's an online test. But
Mm-hmm.
at least for people who are stuck at home and then worried if it's a flu or symptom of like a COVID-19, it was like a huge help. And in a few days we had over 5,000 people taking this test. And
Wow.
then the people who got like a high risk group, we shared with the government and asked them to contact these people, or we advised these people who were in a risk group to contact like a doctors. So I think it was like a really good opportunity at that time during the
Mm-hmm.
quarantine for people to stay at home and not like, and if they are contagious, then stay safe to not like spread the whatever like a virus. And if they just worried if it's a flu or COVID, kind of get this first level of like an answer slash advice and like a recommendation. So I think it was like a huge for like 5,000 people to go through the
Yeah.
test in a few days. I was like really surprised because I thought it would be on a few hundred, not few thousand.
Yes, it's huge numbers. It's great, I think. So people really were interested, and I also went through this online test and tested myself.
Nice.
It was like yes, it was really easy. I mean, it's a very
Yeah.
like convenient tool to self-diagnose. Yes. Thank you very much, Dina. So the next question for you: What other projects are in your future plans?
Oh, well, so currently I have this Codify Academy, Codify Consulting, and Codify Solutions, and Hidoctor. And I also right now working with the Tech Farm and Number Group. They're working on an amazing product, and I help them to build a team, to establish processes, and then on a product and project management side. And I've been with them starting January, so for last like 5 months. And they asked me to extend that contract till like end of summer. And by the way, just recently I was selected as an I don't know how to translate to English. So basically, we have this like a Kyrgyz Association of IT companies and developers, and then I was elected as an I think representative, right? Is it the correct word?
Chairwoman.
Oh yes, as a chairwoman, and it was such an honor and then a surprise for me because I never thought about myself becoming a chairwoman of an like IT association of Kyrgyz Republic at 29 because I feel myself such a young and kid and is so I don't know like not ready to hold that position, especially after like Aziz Abakirov because he was representing IT for last like what like a decade or 2 decades, and then I was kind of like honored but at the same time surprised, and then that's like another project for me because it's for like 2 years, and then I don't want to fail the industry, and then I don't want to fail the people who like believed in me. So that's what like a fourth, fifth project for me. And then I also have like this teaching and consulting gigs here and there. So yeah, I have I don't know like 5, 6 projects on my plate right now. And for the future, probably I do like to build a ecosystem, IT ecosystem in Kyrgyz Republic. It's basically on the base of CodifyLab. Why it's a lab? It's basically like this laboratory where we can do experiments on IT education, on IT projects, IT products, and basically build the startup ecosystem when anyone, even a student, even a like a school student who's like 15 years old can come in, learn something, and build a product, a tool, a startup, and I can actually help to support it. And right now we are talking with this amazing group of young guys and people from states. One of this like a guys, he's from Kyrgyz Republic, and if you're interested, by the way, I can share the details. What they want is they have this great company in states where they do invest in developing countries, like third world developing countries in IT industry, to help them to get an investment. So basically they enter this market, like Kyrgyz market, because right now they're doing work in South America, in Chile, and in Argentina, if I'm not mistaken. They enter the company, they help them to transfer, to introduce processes, to automate, to go through this international audit. And they help them to build a case, showcase, so they can interest international investors, and then who can either buy or invest in that company, because usually third world countries are not really great market for international investors and international big investment companies. And these guys are going to do the presentation on, if I'm not mistaken, June 26th in Bishkek. We're going to do this online joint venture between their company and Codify. So as a Codify, if I'm not mistaken, consulting. And they can actually tell and explain and do the free masterclass for local startups and local IT companies and entrepreneurs on how to go through this transformation so they can be interesting for international investors, and they can actually help that like go through the transformation. So that's another project, and then we have few small projects like social oriented to with the USAID like Lead Alliance on helping 17 young people, school graduates, to obtain a new career as an UI UX web designers. It will be free for them, but it will be like an amazing opportunity to get a new career, get a training on a resume prep, interview mock-up prep, on getting internship, on how to build a profile, how to get a job, and first actual like a work offers from international market, plus free English classes. So I think it's an amazing opportunity for them. Oh, well, I mean, there are like so many projects. I think I cannot remember all of them. So if you have specific questions, feel free to reach out to my office or me after, and then we can actually give you my like contact details, my Instagram, Facebook, my email, and then you can just reach out to my office or my assistant, and then we can like provide more information about all our projects and activities.
It's great news, Dina. Oh, we almost forgot to congratulate you with this position, like chairwoman. of
Thank
Kyrgyz
you. Thank you.
Services Developers Association. How it's pronounced in English? I mean, it's Ассоциация разработчиков кыргызского обеспечения, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like the name is pretty long, but that's just I still cannot believe it. So I'm still digesting it.
Yes. So thank you very much, Dina. So do you have any plans to cooperate with other IT organizations from different countries? I mean,
Definitely. We are, as I mentioned with these guys, I forgot the name of the organization. I think it's called one sec. It's called AMPCO. I think the whole name, it sounds like, oh, I don't know the whole name of it, but basically it's like a bridging network and then the markets. AMPCO, it's this US-based company. We are partnering them with them, and then also
mhm,
they're from states, and also we have plans to partner with maybe nearby countries to see on how we can cooperate on the developing this IT industry for like a Central Asia region, and especially on IT education and then so on. So yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention that as part of Codify, we are building our own learning management system, basically a system to automate the school. Again, it can be either private school or public school. So basically a smart school system where as a student, I can just log in there and see everything about my class, about my schedule, my grades, my attendance. Parents can see the students grades and attendance, and if it's a private school, how much they have to pay and when, about latest news and so on. And for school owners and for teachers, they can see how many students they have, how many classes. So basically, it will be a tool to help to automate public and private schools, basically a smart school system, and to help to conduct online classes and online teaching as part of this like a quarantine thing. A lot of schools are still closed. Even like a Codify, we had to move to fully online format. And right now, what we're doing is that we want to build a tool which will help all schools and teachers and parents to move to the online format of education. So by end of summer, we are planning to launch it, and I'm super excited about it.
yes, it's great. Good luck with this amazing
Thank
project.
you. Thank you.
How do you see the future of IT sphere in Kyrgyzstan?
Oh well, I think with the like a current situation, and then with this COVID situation and this Corona 4kg movement of IT industry, I think the future is super bright. I mean, IT community is just getting bigger and bigger day by day. IT community is super strong as ever been before. Like thanks to Aziz Abakir's work, High Technology Park, this Kyrgyz Association, all the IT companies and all the people who are just in their free spare time investing so much energy to actually build. We have so many events every day. We have so many master classes. We have so many IT companies. The numbers are growing every day. And as people like us leading this IT industry in the community, I'm really hoping that in a few years we can be in the top, I don't know, maybe 20 countries in the world which has very strong IT community. And if we get bigger support from international market, from our government, from local communities, I think, and then if we get more interested citizens, and then the kids and then the school students who will be dreaming to become not I don't know, lawyers and then whatever, like they're dreaming, but they will be dreaming to become more IT specialists. It will be just like a huge plus for us. I'm not saying that like becoming a lawyer is a bad like a choice. I'm just saying that if you study like a law of Kyrgyz Republic, you can just work in the Kyrgyz Republic. But if you study a law, IT, you can work for entire world. So basically, your market is like a 7 billion, and in 190 something countries. So obviously, you will have, we as a country, like a small country, can compete on an international market. And I think what we should export, it's the IT. I think that should be our goal for the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 years. Not to export like a strawberries or potatoes, because like borders get closed and so on, but actually import our intellectual property. I think that can be a huge difference for a small 6 million population.
Mm, great. Thank you very much for sharing this, Dina.
You're welcome.
I think IT community in Kyrgyzstan is really super active and super
Yes,
friendly.
yes.
Yes.
I'm proud of it. Like literally, it's super smart and active and intelligent. I wish entire country can go that direction.
Great. Thank you very much, Dina. So the next question, being such a cool IT female professional, have you ever faced discrimination? Like IT, it's only for men.
I'm gonna be honest here. I worked in IT sphere in states, in California, in Iowa, in Kyrgyzstan, and then I worked online for a few other different countries with the representatives like from Europe, from Minsk, Belarus, and so on. And I never ever faced any discrimination whatsoever, because like it's such an industry where people are educated, intelligent, and smart and open-minded. And then I actually was encouraged by my colleagues and peers and my managers to actually be more active and involved. And then I mainly work in the management positions. And then even if someone was discriminated, but it wasn't me, maybe boys by me, but not me. My colleagues actually do joke around saying like, yeah, discrimination, you can discriminate yourself, anyone. I'm not saying that I'm doing it, but I could if I wanted. That's what I'm saying. So I can actually encourage girls here that you should choose IT. IT, it's not just about zero and ones and not about coding. It's a huge industry where you can find several different open positions, such as like a designer, graphical, web designer, project manager, product manager, analyst, and data scientist, developer, mobile developer, backend developer. Oh my God, support, testing engineer, quality assurance. There are so many different varieties of jobs that, I mean, anyone can find something what they would be interested in. And I think it's like easy to learn, that like a pay is good. You can work for any project, for any country, you like from home, from a school, from nowhere, and from any region, from any city, as long as you have a stable internet, obviously, and a computer, and a huge desire to work at. So I would totally encourage everyone, especially young people, to choose IT, to choose, I mean, like a professional future, and especially girls, like get an education. If you cannot go to university and you cannot afford 5 or 4 years of studying, go get like courses. I'm not saying like offline courses. If you cannot afford like paid courses, go get free courses. You cannot afford free courses, go apply for different grants and so on. Just make sure that you will have at least one specialty where you can work, which will actually pay your bills, and then you will be more or less independent.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I absolutely agree with you, Dina, that it's, I mean, so many opportunities in IT sphere. So many have stereotypes that IT only stick to developers. I mean, for those only who code, I mean, write code,
Exactly.
yes, but in reality, there are so many cool professions like designers, project managers, and etc. Thank you very much, Dina. So we have one more question for you. What was the main eye-opening takeaway for you from the work and travel program in the United States?
Um, it was summer 2010.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually right after the revolution. And I think I was first super scared to go because it was like a super like unstable time. But then I was like, if I decided, then I have to go. But our visas were delayed because of their whatever situation, and then we lost the jobs, which was like waiting for me and for my friend in Boston. But at the end, we were like, we're still gonna try, and then we tried again, and then we went to New York. And then at the airport, I realized that I don't know English. I mean, I definitely learned English. I thought I do know the English. I thought I do speak English. But when I landed in airport and then tried to like call and then whatever or buy something, I realized that I cannot understand like even half of their like a sentence, because the words and the English we learned, we actually in post-Soviet Union countries we learn like a British English. And then when you actually go to States, you realize that States use this American English, which has a lot of slang, and then a lot of words are kind of like it changed a little bit. The pronunciation is different. And then I couldn't understand. So my first impression was like, oh my God, I don't know English. The second was that everything is so expensive. Like a bottle of water is like $3. And the house of food. And then if I want to buy a Coke, it's like $1. I'm like, how come? Like the bottle of Coke is $1 and a bottle of water is $3 because you spend more to actually make a Coke. You add a sugar in it and so on. But anyway, the third thing probably was that everyone is so friendly. Like everyone is smiling, everyone is so friendly, and they open to help and then like show you direction. Everyone is so welcoming. I mean, no one told me like you don't speak proper English, whatever. No, everyone was like trying to understand my broken English. Everyone was trying to help me. And in New York, I realized that work ethic is just amazing. Like people work 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days per year. I mean, it's nonstop. The city never sleeps. And then I was like, oh my God, that's how you should work. I mean, that's the work ethic you should be like dreaming of. And then I went to Brighton Beach. And then I saw so many people from around the world, especially like during summertime, so many students from around the world. And it's just like the diversity. And main thing which I learned that we should be open-minded, because I realized like so many nationalities, so many countries, so many different languages, religions, so many different views and food, and then everything blends in one place, and then you get this like diverse community of people from different countries, and it's just amazing. And it's changed me a lot. I definitely learned how to work, and then like picked up the work ethic. I definitely improved my English. I definitely learned how to be open-minded and accept the difference, accept different cultures, languages, faces, views, and religions. And I think that's what we need in our small 6 million country, because I think a lot of local people lack the open-mindedness and lack of understanding different views and different cultures and languages and so on. And then the work which you're doing, and then like your center is doing in this American corner, and then it's just amazing, because you're basically trying to show the local community that like experiences and different people from different countries and languages and backgrounds. I think that's what is needed in our country, especially right now when we have so many different things going on. People being educated, tolerant, open-minded, and being accepting basically everything new and not like and then like a different. I think that's what we need in this time in our country, especially for our like young generation.
Wow, thank you very much, Dina. It's like it's really cool word that I learned from you. As well, you're so like role model for everyone with
Thank
this
you.
non-standard views and very like flexible, very open-minded. Thank you very much, Dina, for this session. I
You're
think it
welcome.
was our last question for you, and it was really amazing. Thank you very much for your wonderful recommendations, for wonderful tips and suggestions that you shared with our audience. And I'm very grateful for our viewers who commented and who sent us the questions. And thank you very much, everyone. I think it's time to say goodbye and good luck with everything, Tina. And I hope we will see you
Of
one
course.
day. Thank you
You're
very
always
much.
welcome and thank you for having me. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Have a great evening.